and my wolf pack, it grew by one. So were there there were two of us in the wolf pack. I was alone first in the pack, and then Doug joined in later.
Alrighty, welcome back to another episode of Wolfpack TV. Alright, so to get things started, I'm going to start doing a random Lions fact of the day. And since this video is going to be about the Lions coaching search, let's look at how many coaches that we've actually had in my lifetime. So, 26, born in 87. So, 1987, the coach was Dale Rogers. Since him, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 head coaches. Now, the new one will be 10. So, yeah, 10 coaches in my lifetime. So, that's what it is. Alright, let's get it started here. Head coaches. So what do we need for the Lions? Let's see. Well, number one, I think we need one with an offensive background. Our defense was fine. It may have looked a lot worse, but I think that's a lot because of the Lions offense was boom or bust. We either got a touchdown or we went 3 and out. So we need one with an offensive background that can pretty much fix our $17 million a year quarterback. And as you know, I'm a huge Stafford fan, but he needs to be fixed. Something's going on with him. So it's got to be something different. You know, when Schwartz was brought in, we went 0-16. We needed someone to come in and change the culture, change the attitude, all that. We don't need something like that. We just need someone to come in, take what we already have, and just make it better. So what I've heard 4 people: Ken Wisenhunt, Jim Caldwell, Bob Stoops, and Jay Gruden. And me personally, I want the 4th one, Jay Gruden, offensive coordinator for the Bengals. He's been the offensive coordinator there for 3 years, and every year, you know, they've gotten better. You know, offensive for as far as touchdowns. For rushing touchdowns, they were ranked 21st in 2011. Now they're 13th. They were 13 passing touchdowns. Now they're 3rd with Andy Dalton. So you can only imagine what he could do with Stafford. And so right there, that's who I want. You look at the other 2 guys. You got Jim Caldwell, who did, you know, he went 26 and 22 in 3 years. Which, congratulations! You were the head coach of Peyton Manning. Yeah, that's real tough there. 2 years with Peyton Manning, they were 24 and 8, and without Peyton Manning, 2 and 14. What does that tell you? And you want to look at how he is offensively. He was the offensive coordinator for the Ravens this year. Let's talk about how awesome they were, right? So they were 11th in rushing offense last year when he was the offensive coordinator for only half of the year. They were 11th. This year, 30th. 30th in rushing offense. Passing offense, they were 15th in 2012, 18th in 2013. Overall, 29th in offense. No, thank you. Next, Ken Wisenhunt. He went as the head coach of the Cardinals. He finished with 45 and 51 in 6 years that he was there, and obviously brought him to the Super Bowl back in 2008. He went to the playoffs 2 years, and he's done wonders with the Chargers this year. Obviously, bringing them to the playoffs, making Phillip Rivers look like he used to be. So that's my number 2 pick. I'd much rather have Jay Gruden for all the reasons I said before. But unfortunately, it looks like, per Adam Schefter, it's basically Ken Wisenhunt's to lose. So if he basically has to come in and have a crappy interview. So, granted, like I said, he's my number 2, so if we get him, it's not all bad. But the last one is Bob Stoops. I think it's just kind of like hey, look, they're in the running for Bob Stoops, because why would he leave? He's been there since '99. I mean, if you'd think if a college coach is going to go to the pros, it'd be one of the first few years, not after 20 years or 15 years of being there. That just doesn't make sense to me. But so those are the head coaching candidates. Like I said, if you want to know what a season ticket holder says or wants, Jay Gruden, right here, heard it here. So if he gets it, you will see a reaction video from me, probably jumping around like a crazy man. So look forward to that, because that should be fun to watch. That's it for the coaching, the Lions coaching. I'm gonna have Sean talk about the Skins head coaching job opening tomorrow. He's gonna give me what he thinks. I'll come on here and tell you guys what he says. I know per talking to him before, he wants a college coach because he thinks that anything that's revolutionary and innovative is what the Skins should do. So we'll see what he has to say tomorrow when we do a recap of the games. But the other thing that I wanted to talk about, because it came up this morning, is about Marshawn Lynch. He got fined $50,000 for avoiding the media this year. And personally, I think that's pretty awesome. I think it's worth it, because how many times do you see people say dumb things in press conferences and either have to apologize or either way, or give bulletin board material to other teams or anything like that. So 50 grand. And always when people get fined, the first thing I do is I'm like, okay, how much is that? How much did he really get? I mean, yeah, he got 50 grand. That sounds like a huge number to normal people, but let's look at the numbers. Let's crunch the numbers. All right. I looked it up. He makes $7 million this year. That's his base salary, $7 million. So NFL players get paid per week. So they get per game check. They get game check. So they get paid 16 weeks a year. That's it. They don't get paid in the off season. They don't get paid anything else. Obviously, they get sponsorships and other stuff like that, but they get game checks. So $7 million divided by 16, $437,500 he makes a year, or per game, right? So let's break that down farther. So he got fined 50 grand, which if you break 437,500 down, there's usually about 60 plays per team in a game, 60 offensive plays. I think Philly was first in the league with, they averaged, I think, 72. So that was number one. So average, you'd think, was probably around 60. That would mean 7 plays. So he got fined basically 7 plays of one game. So really, I mean, obviously it's a lot, but in my mind, I think it's completely worth it. Maybe Reggie Bush can take a hint and take a 50 grand fine and never talk to the media again. That'd be pretty sweet, because yeah, he needs to keep his mouth shut. But that's about it. That's all I got for everyone today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope this one was a little more entertaining. Trying to keep it more lively. But yep. So have fun, go Lions, and hail the Redskins.